Alright, all you streetlight crusaders, and I guess a couple of you wrestling fans who are still up for the night, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special. And now it's time for us to talk about what happened during this week's edition of Monday Night Raw from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. And usually we would have a factoid about Florida for this week, but we've got nothing. We did say it's already the home of the orange, and I think that's as good as it's gonna get. So, with that being said, folks, Monday Night Raw would kick off with none other than a double contract signing that would start off with chaos in the form of Asuka trying to beat the brakes off of Sasha Banks and Bayley, only for them to end up in a back and forth melee for Samoa Joe to call out for security, for things to finally get under control, for Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler to make their way out, and for Dolph Ziggler to say that he made Drew McIntyre. In what world did he make him? Only thing he did was become a manager alongside with him, or a tag team partner on his way back up to the main roster. So no, he didn't make him anything. Maybe a sandwich, I don't know. But either way, it would lead to yet another brawl with Drew McIntyre saying that you can name the stipulation to my match, our match I should say, that'll take place at the pay-per-view now being called Extreme Rules, the Horror Show. What is this, Rocky Horror? I'm not even gonna go to the reason why in the world they decided to add that tagline to it, but instead would realize before that other brawl broke out, the fact that Sasha Banks would bring back her stamp to sign the contract for Asuka's championship match, which was absolutely cool and hilarious at the same time. And then they got in a fight, which led to Asuka trying to beat the crap out of Sasha Banks once again, and for Dolph Ziggler trying to take advantage of the chaos, only for his head to almost get kicked off by a Claymore. Then after that would take place, next thing we would go to is backstage, where the Big Show would end up interrupting Angel Garza and Andrade Cien Almas in their interview, saying that he's pulling rank to go out there to air his grievances about Randy Orton, and said that he wants to break every bone in his body. Only for not only Zelina Vega but Andrade and Angel Garza to be offended by the actions of the Big Show, quote unquote, pulling rank, and would say that they're out there to attack the Big Show, and would question his legend status, and then would have Ric Flair come out, not only to call Randy Orton the greatest wrestler of all time since that greatest wrestling match ever that happened at Backlash, but would say that Randy will come out and get you when he wants to. And would go on further by saying that you two boys have fun with the Big Show, only for the Viking Raiders to come out to lead to the first match of the night after all the chaos that's been going on thus far, which would see Andrade Cien Almas and Angel Garza going one-on-one against the Viking Raiders. And during this match, with not only pants distractions, super kicks to the face, and even a big old tiger knee to the face of Angel Garza during this said contest, it would not be enough for the Viking Raiders to come back during this match, cause despite the quote-unquote lovers quarrel in the tag team division between Angel Garza and Andrade Cien Almas, you would see them come back during this match, use the ref distraction to their advantage, to see Eric get hit with not only a back elbow from Andrade Cien Almas, but also a wing clipper from Angel Garza, for the team of Angel Garza and Andrade to win this match via pinfall. And after the match was over backstage, Ric Flair would come from out of nowhere and ask for the help of Angel Garza and Andrade to deal with the Big Show. I wonder how that would go. But before we get into that, folks, the next match to take place on Monday Night Raw would see none other than R-Truth going one-on-one against Akira Tozawa for the 24/7 7-Eleven I-95 South Championship. And during this match, my God, Akira Tozawa, who brought his League of Ninjas to try to keep his championship around his waist, would get fooled by R-Truth feigning a leg injury for him to get rolled up and for R-Truth to become a 37-time champion via pinfall. And after the match was over, two ninjas would try to come into the ring to receive the 24/7 championship, only to fail and for R-Truth to run backstage and later on that night run into not only, and I kid you not when he called them this, Cedric the Entertainer and Ricochet. You gotta love R-Truth, folks. You just gotta love him. Anyway, after that match, folks, the next thing to take place on Monday Night Raw would see Seth Rollins asking for forgiveness for Rey Mysterio for what he's gonna do to Rey in the near future, because when Rey comes back to the ring, he says he's gonna try to dismantle him every single time so he can accept his role as a sacrifice for the greater good of the Monday Night Messiah. Only for Rey Mysterio and Dominic to say, we will never forgive you, and not only that, we are still keeping to our promise for an eye in the future for Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins would rebuttal back by saying to Dominic, I'm gonna end your career before it can even start. And before Seth Rollins can preach more rhetoric to Rey Mysterio and Dominic, next thing you know, Humberto Carrillo and Aleister Black would hit the ring, and Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo would get questioned by the Monday Night Messiah of why in the world do you fight for Rey Mysterio, for Humberto to answer that he does it for his people, and for Aleister Black to say he knows evil when he sees it and he's looking to eradicate it. Only for Seth Rollins to say, I'm ending this now, for an impromptu match to happen between the Monday Night Messiah, CrossFit Jesus, aka Seth Metal Seth Rollins, along with his partner Murphy, to go one-on-one against Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo. I'm telling you, wherever Ricardo Rodriguez is right now, he can earn an easy paycheck announcing this guy to the ring. But besides special ring announcements that I hope happens in the near future, this match will go back and forth, not only seeing Aleister Black hitting Murphy with a nasty tiger knee to the face for a near fall, but you would also see Humberto Carrillo catching a beautiful tiger knee to the face as well for a near fall. But then the greatest, and yeah, I know it's a hat trick performance in one match, folks, but we would see a powerbomb tiger knee combination from Seth Rollins and Murphy, still for a near fall. But ultimately, this match will come to an emphatic end after Carrillo would try to do a roll-up pin to Seth Rollins for a near fall, for Seth to get out of the pin combination and immediately put the lights out on Humberto Carrillo, for Seth Rollins and his disciple to win this match via pinfall. And after the match was over, next thing you know, Humberto Carrillo would get Rey Mysterio's mask put on his face, and for the, fourth week in a row now, Seth Rollins trying to blind somebody's eye, only for Aleister Black to come from out of nowhere and try to save him. Then for out of nowhere, Seth Rollins, after Murphy would try to battle against Aleister Black, to take full advantage of the situation at hand and curb stomp the head of one Humberto Carrillo into the ring steps, for Seth Rollins to just run away up the ramp. True chicken weasel style, to quote Dean Ambrose, like they mentioned during their watch-along of the pay-per-view Hell in a Cell when they fought against each other. I still can't believe he called him a weasel, because my friend Jay Meek's been calling him a weasel for years, ever since I've been using him in the WWE games. But then again, I'm real sneaky with Seth Rollins in the ring, so I can see why. I really could see why. But besides my weaselly actions in a video game, folks, I think it's time for us to head back into the music and grab a glass of water. And when we return, we'll return with the second half of what happened during this week's edition of Monday Night Raw from Orlando, Florida, as the Tuesday Night Special rolls on right after this. So don't go watching those infomercials just yet, folks, and stay tuned.